Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to part 5 of What If Deku was the reincarnation of the Sage of the Six Paths. Keep in mind, it is currently 3 AM for me, so this What If might go a bit slow, might go a bit quick, but that's because I have a final planned and it don't need to drag on. This ain't the final episode, don't worry. But anyway, first things first, I've heard a report that you guys are being going around and beating up elderly. Can't be having this. I'm joking. Really? Like, subscribe, comment down below, turn on the notification bell, share it with your friends, family, pets, even your dead relatives, mate. When you go to your graveyard next time, or your cemetery, be like, yo, play my video with them. You can enjoy it together. And that is not any disrespect. RIP. I really need to think before I speak, because I just realised I know so many people who will get offended by this, but I do not give a fuck. I feel like every person named Harry doesn't care about getting cancelled. Also, please go down to the description, check out my thumbnail artist. He is such an amazing person. He makes me thumbnails on the fly. He literally is. Imagine we had to go back to them where I went online and found an image and used it. Oh my days. But yeah, please go check him out, get him to 500 subscribers. And other than that, guys, let's get straight into the video. We now go to Deku, who's in UA now. I don't know what I'm trying to say, dormitory. I don't know if that's a word. The dorms are now a thing, like the rooms, they're staying at UA. And they're in the lesson. And they say, blah, blah, blah. Thanks to you. And then a special thanks to Deku, or Izuku Midoriya. He brings Izuku to the top front of the class and says, thanks to Izuku, it's the reason that any of you lot are alive, let alone me. So make sure the next time you think you're going to have an argument with this young man, don't, because he will beat the shit out of any of you. Deku begins laughing, thinking this came out of nowhere. But it's because Aizawa does appreciate what Deku did for him. He literally saved his life. And then Deku says to all of them, thank you, and don't forget,
I'll kill many of you. I'll kill you all.
I'm joking, guys. He didn't say that, I just wanted to say it. And instead said, it's fine, I don't need thanks for doing helping people, it's a hero's job. And then he sits down. All the class do appreciate Deku insanely. He did save all of their lives, like, boo. And they also have an insane respect for him. He's insanely powerful, and none of them really deeped it till now. But anyway, as Aizawa says, other than that, the UA Sports Festival will be taking place soon. You'll be given 2 weeks to train, to prepare. And may God be with you if you have to go against Izuku. Yes, I'm gonna make Aizawa a Izuku fanboy. An Izuku fanboy, get over it. Oh, I hate my speech impediment more for fucking passion. But yes, the UA Sports Festival will be happening. And as such, they all lead the train. They all get given 2 weeks to train, Deku decides, unlike before, he's gonna train on his own this time. And that's what he does. He begins to meditate. Something that he's been leaving out is the 10 tails. And he makes a connection with it. And I don't mean like something special. He makes a connection to speak with it. And he goes, 10 tails, can we train? And the 10 tails replies, of course, Izuku. And Izuku says, you're my friend, I don't mind you calling me Deku. And the 10 tails says, of course, Deku. That definitely is because I always get Deku and Izuku confused. Like, I always hate Deku when they say Izuku. Like, I always make sure that Inko says Deku, but then I go, no, Izuku. Also, a lot of you guys say about you can hear me breathe, and I'm gonna try to get a pop filter for it. I'm actually gonna try, don't worry. But of course, that's what happens. Deku enters his 10 toes like link form, and he begins experimenting with it. He then realizes, wait a minute, I can manipulate my body in a way I didn't realise. As we all know that Obito, remember when he made that truth seeking orb shoot through his hand? Deku opens up holes throughout his body and says, interesting, that's very useful to dodge. And then he looks down and says, I wonder. He brings out a normal knife, and he stabs himself with it. The knife snaps. And he goes, okay, interesting. And he calls up Bakugou saying, I told you I wanted to train on my own, but please. And Bakugou comes over. You know what's about to happen. You know I also not only forgot about this 10 Tails ability, but it's also broken. He tells Bakugou to shoot an explosion at him, and Deku's completely unfazed. And Deku tells Bakugou to go to the max 1 for all he could, and then shoot it with his biggest explosion possible. And Deku goes to 20% one, and Bakugou goes to 22% 1 for all. And although I'm going to make this work here, the more 1 for all percentage Bakugou uses, the stronger his explosions get. And for plot wise, this is going to have the power of a bomb, mate, like a strong bomb at least. And he shoots it at Deku. If this Deku didn't have 10 Tails activated, it would have done at least a bit of damage, but completely fine. That's when Hagoromo comes in. Yes, the 10 Tails ability, well, back in my world, was that the only type of energy that could hurt it was the 10 Tails. The only type of energy that could hurt the 10 Tails' host was sage energy, nature energy. And while this world is these quirks are actually chakra, unless it's a special type, no one has sage energy. So in this form, no quirks will do any damage against you, unless of course it's a physical type quirk. Actually no, even physical attacks didn't hurt it, did it? So yeah, forget that physical bit. You are literally unbeatable in this form, and Deku has the biggest smile on his face. There's a lot of plans for this. And as such, Deku does some secret training that you figure out later in this Whatif, maybe in the next part of this Whatif, but not now. Sorry. That was a bug on my mic. I just realised I probably ear raped you. Oh, it's back. Oh, sorry. My memory is just a bit bad, you see, so I kind of forget that. Oh, it's back. Okay, that's the last one, I promise. But anyway, so yeah, you'll see what the trainer does later. I know, guys, what if the storytelling is shit right now. I put so much effort into this. What if Naruto was born God level part 2? I am knackered. But yeah, we're now going to go to the start of the UA Sports Festival. The first event is announced, a race. And it begins. Deku is in the lead easily, and he's even running backwards just to show off. But Bakugou is not far behind, as he's activated 20% 1 for all, and he's moving at light speeds, bro. Like, Deku's running backwards, yeah, he's still beating him. So, like, that's why I said Deku is still leagues ahead. But Bakugou is actually in Deku's vision, like normal vision, without running gun. And then second is Todoroki, of course. Deku is simply impressed with Bakugou, and he yells, Bakugou! Use your explosions! But keep on running while you're doing it. Aim it not directly down, but literally right behind you. So instead of making it fly up, it makes you fly forward. Bakugou hearing this never thought about something so simple, and he does exactly what Deku says. And he begins moving at insane speeds, like he's right in front of, he's in front of Deku because Deku's facing him, so he's still technically behind Deku. And he's like, damn, why did I not think of that? And he launches another one, flying past Deku. Deku says, still running backward, he speeds up and gets in front of Bakugou again. Seeing that Bakugou now understands that he needs to train with Deku, as simple things like this go over Bakugou's head. Remember, he's book smart, yeah, sort of, but when it comes to common sense, he's a bit thick. Like, something so simple that Bakugou never thought of, just agreed to speed entirely. And Deku says, can you make constant explosions? Bakugou says, yeah, I guess. Deku says, constant explosion but compact it. Bakugou does this, and it seems like he just activated a jet engine. It's like a big engine behind him, a rocket engine, and he moves at insane speeds. Deku has to run forwards this time to keep up, and Bakugou is moving so fast that he feels like his legs can't keep up. He's screaming, yes! But just he thinks he's screaming yes because he thinks he's beating Deku, just for Deku to appear right next to him like a jump scare saying, where you going? And Deku says, I'm impressed, Bakugou, keep it in mind, I'll see you at the end. Bakugou says, what? For Deku to slam his foot down, leaving a foot mark in the ground, and appears at the end. The audience goes wild. They answer, not only was he teaching his classmates how to move faster, without any regard for coming first, he comes first with ease. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the one we all guess to be the next #1 hero. And he is showing it, he is proving us right. Of course, first place, Deku. Second place, Bakugou. Third place, Todoroki. Fourth place, I don't know. But yes, then we go on to the next part. The Horseman Race. The team is Deku, Bakugou, Uraraka, and Tokoyami. I know you're thinking, what? I thought you were gonna do Kirishima, Denki, Bakugou, Deku, but actually I forgot about that, but it's too late now. We're gonna go with what I chose. I'm trying to make a flow, but it ain't what. You know what, shut up. I'm so sorry, guys. When it gets to like 3 AM and I haven't eaten, and there's a pie chocolate next to me, I start rushing through this what if, and it don't make sense. But you know what? I'm gonna show you what I actually do though, and the rest of this what if is gonna be absolutely amazing. I'm getting in the zone. The team is Bakugou, Deku, Uraraka, and Tokoyami, and it begins. Everyone has their eyes set on Deku, but they're also slightly afraid. And they all begin to rush at them, but moving easily. Yes, Deku's on top, by the way. Moving easily with Bakugou's explosions, Tokoyami using Dark Shadow to move on the ground, like lift them up off the ground, and Uraraka making them light. They are moving easily around this. And Tokoyami says, why don't I surround you in Dark Shadow? Deku says, no need, trust me. And they begin moving even more. Eventually, Ida activates his Nitro Burst, or whatever it's called, to attempt to rush at Deku as the time's going quick. And Deku says, I'm gonna show you why I don't need it. He surrounds him with a True Seeking Orb, unbreakable, and Ida comes in with his with his grab, but he just gets stopped by this True Seeking Orb surrounding him. And he goes, what is this? This ain't fair. And he goes, Midnight, I demand with the name of the Tenya family that you disqualify him. Midnight gets disgusted, saying, shut up, you brat. What the fuck? Who do you think you are? That's his quirk. How are you telling me it's not fair? Well, even though it's his quirk, it's not fair because it's stronger than everyone else's, so it shouldn't be allowed. He isn't allowed to use a quirk to make it fair. The audience starts booing him. But this is a quirk tournament. You're telling him not to use his quirk because it's hard for you. Get out. Midnight goes, for that comment, you're disqualified, Ida. And Ida says, no, not on my Tenya family name. You don't want this smoke. Deku opens up the True Seeking Orb slightly, and he reaches out and rips off Ida's headband. And then seals it back up, saying, fuck off, you... No, I can't say that word. He said, fuck off, you prick. And he seals it up again. Deku just sits in this orb for the rest of the game, and comes out first yet again. We now go to the fights. Cool. I need to think about what fights happen first. We go to Deku versus Shino. And this one goes pretty simple, really. Shino asks Deku a question saying, why do you want to be a hero? And then Deku answers it and gets put in the mind control. Shino, he doesn't even know what this is happening, gets dragged inside of Deku's head, where Hagoromo is floating in the air, hiding of course. And Shino just looks at the 10 toes right in front of him, and it roars at him, screeching. The mind control gets broken, and Shino screams in reality saying, no, what is that monster, get away from me, and he runs out of the arena. Deku wins. The next fight we go to would be... You know what, I'm just going to do the fights all you guys will want to see. We then go to Deku versus Todoroki. And this fight goes a bit simpler. Todoroki's refusing to use his fire, only using his ice, but his ice literally does nothing to Deku. He's jumping over it, kicking it, does literally nothing. And that's when Deku gives the speech. It is not your father's quirk, it is your quirk. How dare you think you can hold back against me? Didn't Aizawa say don't hold back? Just grow up for once in your life. Realise that who you are. You are you. You are not Endeavour. Just be yourself. This speech hits Todoroki in the feelings, and it explodes with fire, sending it flying at Deku. Deku goes, well, of course this wouldn't do anything against me, but I'm not going to embarrass you. and he lifts his own hand up, sending fire back, even more powerful than Todoroki's. He then enters his ice and fire state and rushes at Deku for the final hit. Deku does exactly the same, covers his hand in the truth seeking orb and rushes right at Todoroki. Their hands collide. Even with Cementos and Midnight attempting to stop it, it doesn't work. And Todoroki sent flying out the arena with a simple broken arm which Deku heals. We now go to the one that all of you lot have been waiting for. Bakugou versus Deku. It begins. Bakugou rushes at Deku using his new running explosion technique, and Deku pretty simply dodges it, with his running gun now activated, saying, "Bakugou, I told you before, you could see me keep up with you with ease. Don't use the obvious move." Bakugou, thinking about this, says, "Not the obvious move." Okay. And he slams an explosion into the ground, flying high into the sky, to the point that not even Deku could see him. And he's saying, Deku says, "Well, that definitely wasn't the obvious move." That's when it happens. Bakugou coming in from insane speeds from a complete different direction. He literally flew up high into the sky, flew literally behind Deku, flew back down and then flew back towards the arena. Comes in with a massive right hook, hitting Deku on the back of the head. Deku's head gets slammed into the ground, but he shoots back up immediately. Bakugou, who was trying to fly back away, gets his ankle grabbed, and Deku spins around like a tornado, slamming him into the ground. As Bakugou hits the ground, he gets winded, but Deku does not give a fuck. He comes in and stamps on Bakugou's chest, and then swings down. Mitsuki and Inko, who are watching at home, Mitsuki who's supporting Deku, but also supporting her son. She goes, "No, don't kick my son. Come on, Deku, kick him. Wait, damn it, who do I support?" And Inko goes, Inko goes, Zuku, stop kicking him, but win." Deku stops kicking him and he picks Bakugou up by his collar and chucks him in the air and hits him hard. Bakugou easily lands this, and this time he activates 20% of one for all. They both rush at each other and start exchanging blows, and neither of them are dodging, they're eating it. Bakugou throws one punch and Deku hits it and a shockwave ensues from it. Deku throws his one and Bakugou eats it and a shockwave comes from it. The audience watching this, who were a second ago cheering, are now dead silent in awe as they watch these two students, who should be not this strong at all, go at it like real men, warriors. Not dodging punches, just eating them. And this continues for about a minute until Deku says, "It's time to finish this." He charges up a massive punch, but before it can land, the ground beneath them begins to shake. And I mean shake. The arena begins to crack, and a massive explosion is in the distance. Hundreds, if not thousands, of Nomus are flying out from that direction. A bunch of villains are coming as well. The big giant guy, the League of Villains, is there now, formed early. And Shigaraki at the lead of them with his new look, the awakened Shigaraki, is there. And a massive fight begins. Deku jumps up into the sky and rushes directly at Shigaraki. Shigaraki didn't expect this. He thought Deku was going to shit himself. Keep in mind, he's still got that cocky attitude, of course. But Deku comes in with that smoke and hits Shigaraki hard in his chest, sending him flying. Shigaraki goes, no, how dare you! I have the power now, you don't stand a chance. He begins to crack his body, literally just like, oh, it didn't work. Oi! 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 And his Batute begins to crack as more and more quirks awaken through Shigaraki. He's powerful now. If you guys have read the manga, you know he's powerful now. And Deku, watching this, is confused. He can sense this Shigaraki's energy. He actually has real chakra, and it's off the charts. And Hagoromo, who's watching this through Deku, is going, interesting. But if you didn't go with that, guys, and you want to see the final part, which will be out tomorrow, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, share with your friends and family, check out my thumbnail artist, add me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat, and follow me on Instagram. If you add me on Snapchat, we have a friendly chat, like a proper chat. Don't add me on Snapchat asking me to make you thumbnails. If you want thumbnails, message me on Discord and I will ask my thumbnail guy to make them for you. Do not message my thumbnail guy. Actually, you know what, you can message him. But if he says no, then don't start being a mug and getting all hurt. But other than that, guys, I will not drag out this outro for too long. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, share your friends, family, like, subscribe, comment down below, and I will see you in a bit.